Tonight on Newsbeat, student government campaigns are in full swing.
I'm here 2 hours before my flight. That's what I thought, because this is crazy.
Spring break travelers are facing traveling issues with the government shutdown, and the local organization is helping students eat right. All this and more, Tuesday Newsbeat starts now. Good evening and welcome to Tuesday Newsbeat. I'm Jaden Cotton.
And I'm Danielle Rancifer. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
It's campaign week for student government, and Free Speech Alley has been lined with candidates trying to get the vote.
Reporter Chancellor Anderson is live with an update on the elections.
That's right, guys. Today I'm in front of Nicholson Hall, where the first of two presidential and vice presidential debates will begin in just an hour. This week is election week for student government, and candidates have begun making their moves. There are 5 active campaigns this election, including the Hearts campaign by Tyler Holloway and Gabriela Gonzalez, the Roots campaign by Jack Miller and Sydney Hebert, the Together campaign by Darian Fraser and Bella Miagata, the Home campaign by Ben Barus and Anna Harrell, and the Crawfish campaign by Gerald Lee and George Tisdale. Several of the campaigns share key points of focus, such as road construction and the solution to Unity Fields. The second debate will begin at 5 tomorrow. We'll continue to keep you updated on these campaigns and debates in preparation of election season. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Chancellor. We turn now to Washington, where for the past 32 days, the U.S. government has been in a partial shutdown, and spring break travelers have been feeling the effects. TSA employees have been working without proper pay, leading to a significant decrease in staff. The Louis Armstrong New Orleans International Airport is among the most affected, with security checkpoint lines extending to the short-term parking lots. Combined with recent severe weather, Louisiana travelers have been faced with much more headaches at the airport than usual. Republicans on Capitol Hill have responded by pushing Democrats to pass funding for the Department of Homeland Security.
American airports obviously are reaching a breaking point, so severe that airlines are pleading with Democrats to please fund the Department of Homeland Security.
Travelers are advised to download their airline apps to stay updated, invest in expedited security, and maintain patience.
And staying in D.C., the Trump administration made a deal with an appeals court to strike down the Biden-era student loan repayment program. Ivan Rodriguez has more on what is next for borrowers.
After years of legal challenges, the Biden-era Saving on a Valuable Education or SAVE plan has officially been killed by a U.S. District Court judge. The Trump administration had long called the plan illegal and sought to shut it down.
The SAVE plan was by far the most generous repayment option for student loan borrowers.
Under the plan, some enrolled borrowers saw monthly payments as low as 5% of discretionary income. It also promised to cancel remaining student loan debt after making as little as 10 years of payments. After last week's ruling, millions of student loan borrowers enrolled in SAVE have been asking a similar question. What now?
There's more than 7 million borrowers enrolled in SAVE. Keep in mind, this is at a time that we keep hearing about backlogs of income-driven repayment applications, backlogs of people trying to get their loans forgiven from public service loan forgiveness program. And so now we're going to add more than 7 million people to have to change repayment programs.
In a statement to CNBC, Education Department Undersecretary Nicholas Kent said clear guidance for borrowers enrolled in the SAVE plan and how they could move into other repayment plans would be shared in the coming weeks. Until then, Natalia Abrams with the Student Debt Crisis Center suggests borrowers wait.
Are you going to be somebody that gets that notice 6 months, 9 months down the line? This is why we're telling borrowers to just hold tight for the moment and do not make decisions based on every little bit of news, because you just get whiplash, right?
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Experts are saying that borrowers should expect higher loan payments as the SAVE plan phases out.
Every year, some students look for meals that are in their budget. It's National Nutrition Month, and campus organizations are bringing awareness to healthy eating. Jessica McFadden reports.
Students are always looking for new food options or meal plans, especially with summer approaching. March is National Nutrition Month, showing how important it is to have healthy eating habits.
You only have one body, right? And we want to make sure that we're fueling our body to perform the best, whether that is in athletics, whether that's in the classroom, whether that's, for walking and doing and being.
Every day, students will shop for groceries for their apartment or dorm, looking at different ingredients or meals. However, as the year goes on, prices increase and products are not in the average student's budget anymore. Organizations like the Food Recovery Network allow students to gain fulfilling meals on campus while being completely free for students.
A lot of students focus on getting a lot of sweetened beverages and like loaded teas and energy drinks. And I get it, you're studying, but we also need to make sure that you are fueling your body with food.
Nutrition is an important topic, but it can be diminished by harmful thoughts and habits. Most people think that to have healthy eating habits, you must stick to a strict diet, which is actually bad for you. Associate Professor Denise Holston wants students to have a new perspective on nutrition.
You're not going to get long-term impacts in a short period of time. And so, stay the course. Make small goals so that you can achieve them, but anyone can do this if you give it enough time.
Resources like these at LSU give different ways for students to switch up what they eat on a daily basis. Reporting for Tiger TV, Jessica McFadden.
If you need a budget-friendly meal, the Food Recovery Network has food refrigerators all around campus, including the food pantry. And remember to take care of your bodies to avoid future problems.
And next at 5, we may have had one last taste of winter, but warmer temperatures are on their way back.
Weather correspondent Cassidy Trepanier will have your weather forecast.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, you're mine.
Love? You're mine.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
love.
You're mine.
Welcome back. Before we get into those warmer temperatures, let's look at tomorrow's forecast. Early in the morning, we will start off in those upper 30s, eventually going into those lower 50s. Around 1 p.m. it will be 61. Going into 4 it will be 67. We're expected to see a high of 68 tomorrow between about 4 p.m. and that sunset at 7:15 p.m. Now let's look at the rest of the week. Like I said, tomorrow will be a partly cloudy day with that high of 68 and that low of 35. Going into Thursday it will be pretty sunny, and I know y'all see those temperatures are rising with that high of 78 and that low of 46. Going into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, those temperatures will be in those lower 80s 70s to mid 80s during the day, and those lower 50s to about lower 60s at night. Going into Monday, it will be pretty sunny with that high of 84 and that low of 60, and we will see some partly cloudy skies back on Tuesday. Now, with those higher temperatures, of course, brings a high UV for all of those people trying to have that spring tan. Looking at those UV chances, we do see on tomorrow, it will be 64 degrees with that 4 UV. It won't be that high. Where we get into those higher UVs will be on Thursday with that high of 8. It will be 75 degrees outside. I do want to say that around 11 to 3 is when the UV is its highest. Going into Friday and Saturday, 7, and back at Sunday, it will be 8. That's all I have for your weather forecast. But next on Newsbeat, the Baton Rouge Library is bringing a taste of other cultures to Baton Rouge.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, you're mine.
Love?
You're mine.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
Love.
you're mine.
Spring is in the air, and in some cultures, it might smell like freshly made tea. To celebrate the coming of spring, the main library at Goodwood hosted the inaugural traditional Chinese tea festival. Attendants were able to learn how to distinguish between different teas while enjoying samples from local tea businesses. The event featured a chance to watch traditional Chinese dances performed by the Chinese Language School of Baton Rouge and the Tai Chi Club. Tea was served to those wanting to expand their palate while leaving with newly found knowledge of Chinese traditions.
Yes, it improves your health, it improves your breathing, it improves movement. My ankles are better, my balance is better, my knees don't creak anymore. It's perfect for getting out in movement, and it helps with brain fog.
Although the tea festival may be over, Baton Rouge residents can still learn about Chinese culture every first and second Sunday of each month at the library, hosting Tai Chi classes.
Looking for a new place to eat? Well, a new restaurant can feed your cravings any time of the day. Reporter Haley Pepperone with more.
Hot restaurant, especially around college campuses in Texas and Arkansas, bringing the Tex-Mex cravings for LSU students. With their first location opening in College Station, Texas in 2010, they decided to take that success to Louisiana 12 years later. They offer a wide range of Mexican cuisines, whether you're craving a bowl, tacos, or chips and salsa. With them being open 6 days a week for 24 hours, college students have the opportunity to get some Tex-Mex any time of the day.
Opening day's been crazy to say the least. There was a bunch of people coming in. It's been kind of a big parade coming. I think it's going to go crazy, especially the fact that we're 24 hours from this Tigerland and post-game days. People are going to be flocking here, especially because we're supposed to sell alcohol and stuff like that. And the tacos are a really good price for the amount of food.
Struggling to know what to get on your first visit?
Always recommend El Presidente. That's going to be our chicken, bacon, and chipotle ranch. It's so good. And also the steak quesadilla. And you got to make sure to get the queso with it, because the queso is probably one of the best things on the menu.
Out of seating inside and outside, guests can experience a restaurant-style atmosphere. But if you're in a rush, no worries. They have a drive-thru for people on the go. Whether you go inside or through the drive-thru, the workers care about your experience and the environment they set.
The atmosphere itself is just different. And then, like, the type of food they sell and the stuff, it makes it different. Like, it stand out, like, because of it. And the hospitality was great as well.
No matter what, rain or shine, the people at Fuego are ready to serve you. Reporting for Tiger TV, I'm Haley Pepperone.
If you're ever craving some fresh queso or flavorful tacos, give Fuego a try any time of the day or night. And with St. Patrick's Day celebrations across the country, spring has almost sprung. Cassie Trepanier has more on the official start of spring after this.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, you're mine.
Love?
You're mine.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
Love.
you're mine.
Welcome back. Now with spring break already finished and the warm weather from last week, it feels like spring has already sprung.
It has certainly felt that way, but the spring season doesn't officially start until equinox, right, Cassidy?
Yes, it does. Unfortunately for us, the spring equinox is right around the corner. Looking here, the spring equinox is basically when the equator aligns with the sun, resulting in like a nearly equal amount of daylight and darkness at all latitudes on Earth. Our time when it will peak will be at 9:46 a.m. and that sunrise will be at 7:08 a.m. following that sunset at 7:16. So we'll be ready for those longer days and shorter nights.
Well, I don't know about y'all, but I'm definitely ready for spring, especially since it means more time for crawfish.
I agree, but also I like the weather. I like the hotness. The only thing I don't like about spring is sometimes it rains.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, spring is good and all, but the rain, it's really not my thing.
Well, Danielle, you know they do say April showers bring May flowers, but that is all the time we have for tonight's Newsbeat. To stay up to date with all things LSU news and sports, be sure to follow our social media at LSU Tiger TV and our website, tigertv.tv.
And be sure to tune into our live broadcast every Monday through Thursday, live at 5.
Until next time, I'm Jaden Cotton.
I'm Danielle Rancifer.
And I'm Cassidy Trepanier. Have a great night.